welcome back to the channel. So in a couple of days we are off to France, and one thing I haven't sorted out is our European socket. Obviously it needs to go to a blue socket, and also polarity difference. So obviously some campsites have polarity difference on the continent, and it won't work in your motorhome unless you have an adapter to polarity change your electricity feed. That's quite good for a Saturday morning. So obviously we're off to France in a couple of days, and you meet me in our outhouse where the washing machine, a shower is, which I've never finished because we're going into the bathroom now and just carrying on with it, just living with it. And it's a bit of where Natasha's sublimate print is, so you can see a printer, server, there's all stuff around me. But what I'm going to do today is show you how you can make one of these up with just simple things. This is actually a 16 amp socket, which I've actually pulled off something else, and I've got another two exactly the same that I bought from somewhere like Screwfix, to then make into something, and then obviously that's now no longer needed, but I do need one of these. And this is from probably an old television that we bought. It's got your normal HT lead, what would you call it, a kettle lead, and then it's got the European plug on the end. So what I'm going to do is do one and show you how you can make one up, because okay, there's probably 15 quid, but if you've got all the equipment, why spend the money when you can just do it yourself? So the first thing I do is undo the cable tie, that's the metal cable tie, or the little metal thing that's holding it together. And I suggest you don't have a big length, there's no need for it. I'm going to cut it probably that length, maybe a little bit shorter. So there we are, that's that length now. Obviously that can go straight in the bin, don't need it, got plenty of them. So that's now done. Right, okay, so now I need to dismantle some of this, so I need that end. So if you don't know, that's a female and that is the male, so you need the female end to go onto that, because obviously that goes into the post on the European site. And then basically what I'm going to do is put that end onto there. It's even probably got black cable, because I probably cut little cables down like that to make little bits up. Never waste anything. Natasha always goes, "What you got that for?" So this is one of them moments that I've got it and I'm using it, because effectively only a bit of time and we should have this all sorted, ready for our European trip. So it's very easy. Yes, you can buy these, a couple of quid, bit of time, from obviously Screwfix, B&Q, all them kind of places. Machine Mart, Tool Station, I think they're about 8 quid. So if you've already got that size, 8 quid, it's half the price. Bit of time, it's all worth it, innit? 8 quid in your pocket to go on your travels. So as I say, dead simple to do. Undo the safety strap, and that's it, done. So I'm now going to feed this back through the safety strap. Tighten the safety strap up. And what I'm going to do is just measure it off, cut them back at that side length, and then reconnect them. trusty wire clippers. And you can do it the other way if you like, just back into your snips and pull them straight off. Prefer it this way, to be fair. Twist the cables up. It's very humid at the minute, isn't it, the weather-wise? So, right. So on the back here, it's telling me earth is at the top. So I'm going to put the earth in at the top. Make sure that's all the way in and seated very nicely. Just put my thumb on the back of it. Nip it up with that, and then get my little screwdriver, nip it up so I know it's tight to a point. And then I'll get my bigger one and just give it another quarter turn. Just make sure it's nicely in the, and give it a bit of a tug to see if it's sorted. So again, looking on the back, live is that side. So I'm going to push it in. There's only one cable screw on this side for the live. So again, use a little screwdriver to get it seated. It's caught, just giving it a bit of a pull. And quarter of a turn on the bigger screwdriver. And then finally, not least, shall we say, is the neutral. Again, only one screw, small screwdriver, get it seated, nice. And all done. And guess what? I've made a mistake, so I'm gonna have to undo it and redo it. So I'm back to where I was. What a mistake that was. Bit of an umpty move, that is. So you feed, obviously, the outer unit on first. I'm just gonna retwist these back up. What a numpty. How many times do people do that? I do it all the time. Should know better. Know better. So feed it through, back through the clamp, making sure it is clamped on the black sheathing, not on the inner cores. So back into the sheathing again. Oh, it's very, very warm today. It's raining, it's sticky, it's horrible. So because I can't do stuff on the outside of the van. And to be fair, I was going to wash it today, ready for the France trip, but that's now gone out the window. Natasha's gone out for the day for her friend's birthday, so I'm getting on with jobs that need to be done for the France trip, and this was one of them. So here I am doing this. So again, just seating it, pulling it just to make sure it's caught. And then using the bigger screwdriver just to give it a quarter turn to make sure it is nice and tight. There we are, beautiful. So again, the live, it's fully in, it is fully in. Slightly larger screwdriver to get more leverage, quarter turn, bit of a pull, perfect. And then the final one into the neutral. Bit of a pull, beautiful. And that's it, job done. Got some nice little coil there, so it's not going to be pulling or anything, and if it does pull, it's going to pull on the brake strap, and that is perfect. I shall now screw that together. Get the screwdriver, put them back into the ends. And that is how I make a European plug through to a 16 amp waterproof, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it. It's a 16 amp IP65 or 7, if I remember correctly. So yes, there we are. It doesn't tell me on there either. Oh, IP44. So I thought they were better than that. So if you don't understand, IP ratings is the different level of water intensity that it's allowed to take. So yes, that's done for that bit. So now I'm going to go on to the opposite polarity. So obviously you need one of each end for this one. And obviously already connected one end, so I'm only going to take this off there and put it onto there. Quite a simple process. But instead of putting the live into the live and the neutral into neutral, you put it the opposite way around. So effectively, you'll get it on some European sites that is classed as your reverse polarity, and your electrics won't work. By doing this, you'll relieve that stress, shall we say. And like I say, these are all little bits that I've already had hanging around, which I'm now making up to make our camping life a little bit easier. So in theory, if you actually thought about it, you could cut that end off there, and that is your cable for your polarity cable. So all you need for this whole project is two female IP44 16 amp connectors and one male. So probably for the cost of effectively one that's already made up, a bit of time, and you can do it all yourself. So this time I'm going to remember to put this onto the cable. Put the cable back through. Tighten it up. So again, start with the earth. The earth goes in at the top. I'm to concentrate. So this is the important bit. We're going to put the live into the neutral and the neutral into the live. So So they're all tight. I'm just going to go around with the bigger screwdriver. Just neat, tighten everything up. Just give it that last quarter turn. Can you hear the rain? Hear the rain, it's coming down. So there we are. What I would suggest, and what I shall do now, is find a marker pen just to mark these up. So I found a Sharpie. So what I'm going to do now is write on this X, and actually probably write crossover on here. Cross over. Again, on here, put a massive X. Like so, and write cross over. Okay, so the time we would use this is when we plug this into the post on a European site or air. We would then put the crossover into inline and then plug that into the motorhome, giving you the right polarity in the motorhome, but obviously the reverse polarity on the post. So that is literally probably cost me, if I had to go and buy these, probably 15 quid, 16 quid, but I'd got all the equipment here, so I've just used what I've got. So that's another job for the motorhome. So hopefully you find that a little bit useful, and obviously if you need any tips, help or whatever, just reach out, put it in the comments, we'll answer them, not a problem. Okay, please remember to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to hear the next adventure, which hopefully will be the French trip.